The third bank in the United States has just collapsed in only the last 90 days. What do you need to know, and what are the rich doing with their money right now? What's up, fam? My name is Mr. Beckman with INFYNIT TV. These YouTube videos are meant to be a general, high-level overview explanation. If you want shorter content, make sure to follow me on Instagram. If you want the absolute uncensored exact steps that you can take that I'm doing too to profit from this collapse, make sure to follow me at the link below at INFYNIT TV. We have a premium membership site, and that allows me to share with you exact step-by-step actions that I'm taking. And it protects all of us more so legally, so that there's financial disclaimers and all this cool stuff. But I'm only able to share with you the full uncensored videos on INFYNIT TV. So about halfway through this video, I'm gonna cut, and the rest of it's gonna be exclusively available at INFYNIT TV. So check out my screen now. I've got CNN Business pulled up here today, May the 1st, the latest on JP Morgan Chase takeover of First Republic Bank. Now, I've got two news sources here that I'm wanting to draw your attention to. Okay, you got CNN and you've got AP News. Now, the fact is I am very busy behind the scenes working on INFYNIT, INFYNIT Social, Zadkillcoin, and the i2 financial solution that's coming to market very shortly here. So we're so busy getting the solution ready for you that I don't have a ton of time to make these videos, but I feel compelled to make these videos to share with you exactly what's going on in the world of finance so that you don't suffer the consequences and lose monies unnecessarily. Now, I feel the need to share this with you guys because I don't feel that the American or general mainstream media news here in North America, in Europe, or in Asia is even being as honest with you as you need to hear it. So I'm sharing it with you. All right. Now I'm just going to do my best to explain this all as well as I can. I don't claim to be a content creator or an influencer, but I am someone that has real world experience running publicly traded companies, successfully investing for years, and running my own businesses that do well. So from that experience, this is what I see when I'm looking at it. So I'm just kind of like a normal, everyday individual, just like you. I actually think in general, I'm probably pretty boring because I spend so much time working. But what I'm sharing with you is my perspective that I've used to profit from my investments and that I've used to successfully run publicly traded companies and my own businesses. So there you have it. So here on CNN, you can see here that there's not really any super alarming titles to any of the content they're sharing. Here's what it means for customers. Why is this happening again? And what's next? They talk about the fact it could be taken off the public stock markets because of what's happened. And they talk about the fact that JP Morgan Chase actually stepped in to buy their assets. And then you've got the CEO here, Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan Chase, saying, don't worry, the banking system is very stable. Now, why are they writing it like this? I'm going to tell you my straightforward, honest opinion. I think right now that for the most part, the mainstream media, unfortunately, no matter who they are already bought and sold out to big finance. And there's a number of different industries there. I think it's based on the topic you're watching. When it comes to the financial news that they're covering, I think big finance is telling them exactly what to write, and they're writing it. I don't unfortunately think that you have honest, integral journalism happening anymore at the big mainstream media news sources, unfortunately. If it were happening, I wouldn't even be making this video for you right now. But what I think is happening is actually extremely alarming to have a third bank now collapse here in the United States in just the last 90 days alone. That only signals that something really bad is happening. There is a crisis, and you need to know what you can do with your money, okay? So I disagree with the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, but of course he's saying that because he doesn't want you freaking out. Now, the promise of this video title is what are the rich doing with their money? And I'm going to tell you my opinion as to why they're being very calm in the mainstream media, the biggest mainstream media sources. I think that they don't want you to freak out. Here's why. If you freaked out and went to your bank account right now today, and enough of you watching this video withdrew all your monies, they're in a big problem. Now, I've got a better article for you that breaks it down here from AP News. First Republic Bank seized. Sold in fire sale to JP Morgan. So do you see the difference between the two media sources here? One's super calm. One doesn't highlight the fact that they were actually seized by regulators, which means they were shut down because they were in such a bad position so as to protect the United States consumers and the customers of First Republic Bank. This news article has actually done a much better job, but they haven't done as good of a job as you need to know. But here they start off their article saying that regulators seized the First Republic Bank early Monday morning. So this is breaking news, making it the second largest bank failure in U.S. history. So when you look at the CNN article here, it's not, hey, this is the second worst, or here, it says it right here in the bullet point. But if you don't look really, really closely, they're not really alarming you and alerting you to the breaking news. This is the second worst bank failure in United States history. This is what should be the title. That this is what should be really, with some exclamation marks, really jumping out at you, because they don't want there to be a run on the banks. Now, I'm not saying this is absolutely the case, but as someone that grew up in finance, to give it some context, when I was about 18, by the time I was about 18 years of age, my family in Canada had helped about 15 companies go public to the public markets. We had done very well as a family. We did so well that we could be investing our monies. And I met a lot of people behind the scenes at a very high level of finance. And I promise you right now, what the richest people in the United States and worldwide are doing right now is they're making sure that they don't have any more cash in their bank accounts than they absolutely need to pay their bills day to day, maybe for a month for their businesses. Everything else, they are right now getting it out. They're putting it in gold, and they're buying Bitcoin and other large cryptocurrencies. Now, that is not without risk. If you're going to buy cryptocurrencies, you need to know what to look for, when to buy. Obviously, you want to buy at a low price. You want to sell at a high price, but you also need to watch them day to day so that if they go down, because they're very volatile, you don't lose a large portion of your money. So the biggest thing that rich people are going to be doing is they're going to be buying gold, because all rich people do, they don't have a crystal ball that tells them exactly what to do and exactly when things are going to happen. But what rich people do is they look at what's taken place in the past, okay, historically. So if you know what happened the last time something like this occurred, then you have as good of an idea that you'll ever get of what will happen now in the future. So in simple terms, the last time something like this happened, and we've actually never had anything like this happen in the United States ever, for a number of reasons, which I won't get into. But the closest thing that we ever had happen in the past, during the 70s, that took place that looked something like this. Gold went up more than 1,000%. All right, because you don't want to keep your money in the United States dollar. I've given other videos, which you can find in the link below here on YouTube, that show why the United States dollar is in a period of crisis right now, why I think in 2 years or less it's going to lose 50% of its value, why other countries are no longer using it, and I actually think it's probably lost more than 50% of its value already. So they don't keep their United States dollars in their bank accounts. They take it out and they put it in something that's more stable, and ideally something that's definitely not going to lose any value, but maybe even ideally something that will go up. And if I were to make a prediction right now, I would say gold is absolutely going to go up. I don't know if it'll go up 1,000% like we saw happen the last time something like this occurred in the 70s. Actually, it was towards the end of the 70s and the very early 80s. Well, it was all throughout the 70s rather. But the basic summary is that when the United States dollar is going down in value, or when any country's currency is going to go down in value, gold historically remains more stable. And the more the currencies go down in value, because you have people selling out of their currencies and buying into gold, the higher the demand of gold goes, and therefore the higher the price of gold goes. That's a pretty simple summary I hope to share with you. Now, let's get into a few more of the points that this AP article shares in this story here. It says here, it goes on to say, it is the third mid-sized bank to fall in less than 2 months. All right. The only larger bank failure in US history was Washington Mutual, which collapsed at the height of the 2008 financial crisis and was also overtaken by JP Morgan at that time in a similar government helped deal. This is the CEO of JP Morgan Chase commenting, "Our government invited us and others to step up, and we did." Dimon, here the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, said in a conference call with both reporters and investors that he believed this part of this banking crisis is now over. That's what he's saying. It's over. Well, let me break down for you what's going on here with the banks. So what's going on with the banks? Why are they collapsing? So the United States operates on what's called a fractional reserve system. So that means that when you look at your money in your bank account, let's say you have $1, sometimes they don't even actually have a physical United States dollar in their vault or in their bank to back up your $1. You have a digital dollar. Now, what they also do is for every $1 you put in your bank account, they're able to fabricate, make out of thin air, another up to $9 that they lend out. So let's say you've got $1 in your bank. Now you put your dollar in. I go to the bank and I say, "Hey, can I get a loan?" They go, "Cool. Well, we have $1 from you, so we can lend you, Mr. Beckman, $9. The problem is, as economies start to go down, as interest rates go up, as business gets worse in the country and people can't now repay those loans, now they're in a real problem because if you go to take out your $1, and they've made up a bunch of money that they've lent to someone else, and those people aren't able to pay those loans back. Now, when you go to withdraw your dollar, they don't even have the real dollar technically to give to you. And when they do that at a much bigger scale, and that starts to fail, then your money's at risk in the bank. I hope I explained that well enough. I'm trying to simplify this stuff for you guys as much as possible. Now, we're experiencing this happening now at Silicon Valley Bank this year, Signature Bank, and now this bank, the First Republic Bank. Now, this is a big deal because we're talking about tens and tens and tens of billions of dollars that these banks held in their accounts of their customers. Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, now First Republic Bank. Your United States banking system has an insurance policy, which is referred to as FDIC. But that insurance policy only covers up to $250,000 per account. So if someone had more than $250,000 in their account and the bank went under or had lent out all that person's $1 million and the bank couldn't afford to pay it back, now we're in a really bad situation because now the government of the United States might not even be able to pay back everyone's accounts. Now, when that happens more and more and more at a bigger scale, it spells disaster for the economy, for the business owners that own these accounts, for the citizens, because if they can't get their money or if they lose their money, they can't pay their employees. They can't go grocery shopping. As that starts to happen more and more and more, you now start to get into a period of economic crisis. So the simplest thing that you can do is take some money out of your United States accounts that you don't need and buy gold. Now, financial disclaimer, I am not guaranteeing you that you'll make any profit in gold, and I actually can't vouch for whoever you might find to go ahead and buy the gold from. It's a tough thing to do, even going to buy it from your local pawn store. You have to make sure they're selling you real gold and they're not ripping you off. It's very hard to verify if you're buying gold online or even physically that it's real gold, that it's the proper grade of gold, and you're getting the real source. There are some certifications that you can look for when you're buying gold, so make sure you do your own research there. But what I can tell you I'm doing is if you click the link below to INFYNIT TV right now, and by the way, if you're watching this video and you like what I'm sharing with you thus far, like, subscribe, turn your notification settings to all, and please take 10 seconds after this video and share this with a loved one because you can help someone else through this video too. But what I can tell you I'm doing is right now, very shortly, we're going to be turning on the i2 financial solution. So what that is a new account that you'll have when you go to INFYNIT TV. You'll be able to move your money into it from your banking system. If you already hold digital assets or crypto, you'll be able to send those into your i2 account as well. It's going to be the first time ever you can have a 100% secured and 100% insured financial solution where you can keep your money and your digital assets. It's going to make very easy for you the ability to move your money from United States dollars into a digital asset like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Zadkill coin, Or if you want to keep the store of your money, if you want to store your money in gold, you're actually going to have a gold token in the i2 system. And this is really cool because recently one of our business partners met with one of the world's largest gold storage vaults. They're very secure. We verified with our own eyes that they have the gold in the vault. And in the Infinite i2 system, we're going to be making for them a gold token. So in your i2 account very shortly, when you log in and you put some money in, you'll be able to buy that gold token. And we're verifying you're actually now the owner of physical gold that's stored in a secure vault. Now, why would you want a digital token versus physical gold that you can hold in your hands right now at home? It's a great question. This is why I want that digital token. When you buy physical gold, it makes you feel very safe. It makes you feel very secure. It's a good feeling. But now let's say there's a financial banking collapse here in the United States. Let's say that you need to fill up your gas tank. Well, how do you take your physical gold now over to the gas station? Are you going to haggle with them on the actual value of gold? Or are you going to be in actually a worse position because you really need the gas and he knows that you really need the gas in order to drive away? And that's where actually oftentimes when you hold gold physically and you want to use it physically, you'll actually get generally you could get the worst end of that deal because it gets very hard to trade it physically. Okay. Now, when you have your i2 account though, you can now store your savings in gold. Let's say you have $100. You can put all 100 of those dollars with a few clicks into gold. So now if United States dollar currency value crashes and gold goes up, your savings is now going up in value. But now let's say you need to go over to the gas station and buy a tank of gas. Well, you could take even $40 from that $100 and instantly convert it into the United States currency that you need. And in a short period of time, through your i2 account, you'll even actually have your very own Visa debit MasterCard or Visa debit card. Might be a MasterCard too. So you'll be able to take your monies out of gold, put the amount that you need to fill up your gas into the United States dollar and use your i2 Visa debit or MasterCard at the pump, which is really cool. So what we've done with the i2 system is we've made it very easy. It's obviously safe. It's obviously secure. It's the only place that I know of that will be 100% insured, which with the banking collapses right now, that's going to feel pretty good, right? But what we've done is we're empowering you with the very same tools that the rich have at their disposal, so that you can profit and prosper with your own money too. The rich right now get to call up their broker, they get to call up their giant bank where they have a private account and they get really great service and they can tell the person what to do over the phone or over text, and they'll know how to do that. Because right now, if you go after watching this video and try and buy yourself some gold, you'll realize it's kind of complicated actually. It's very hard to verify, in fact, that this is real gold, that you'll actually maybe get the gold in the mail if you're trying to buy it online. There's a lot of people that recommend a lot of services out there, and I have never recommended to you a service yet because it's very difficult for me to verify, and I take your money really seriously. I am not claiming to be a financial expert, but the results that I have achieved in the financial markets probably for most would be considered amazing and would elevate me to a status that other people would probably refer to as being an expert. I don't think I'm an expert though. I'm just a normal, probably pretty boring dude that works a lot, but I am a loving husband. I do care as a father for my family. And so I've had to learn all of these things, how to take a little bit of money from time to time and put them in things that can hopefully make more money. We've had to invest in products at Infinite so that we can sell the products to our community, hopefully giving value for health and vitality. And it's those funds that we receive through product sales that allow us to invest in things in the first place, which we then take all those monies, we put it right back into Infinite TV, i2, and the Zadkill financial solution for you. So I'm just sharing with you the things I've learned. And the one thing I will tell you that I have absolutely learned is that I need to keep learning and growing every day. I can't ever think I know it all and just stop learning. In my experience, when I stop growing, I start dying. effectively with knowledge and information. I always have to learn more about how to grow and evolve financially. I always have to learn a better way in which I can use my money to make money for me, to work for me. And what I can share with you on Infinite TV at this point of the video moving forward, I'm going to go over to Infinite TV and record an uncensored piece of content. What I'm about to share with everyone on Infinite TV is how in the fall of 2021, I took only $8,000, and at one point it was earning more than $500,000 a year for myself, my wife, and my family. And I was able to take those monies and I was able to invest them, reinvest them back into Infinite, the i2 and Zagkill financial solution for you, which is pretty cool. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I am so sorry to see that this is happening in the United States. No matter where you're watching this video from, this will not only affect you if you're American. The United States is the world's largest economy. So they buy the most things from other countries and they sell the most things to other countries. So when the United States dollar collapses, your dollar is most likely going to be affected as well, and your economy could suffer for a period of time as well. So that's okay. Don't freak out, but be prepared and empowered with information just like this so that you can take action and prosper just like the rich are absolutely doing right now. My name is Mr. Beckman. Thank you very much for watching this video. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve and learn what the rich are doing to make money during this economic collapse, make sure to like and subscribe to this video and watch more of my content coming out soon. And check me out for my uncensored content on Infinite TV.